If your detox plan involves starving yourself or living on juice, stop. That's not detox, that's stress. Your liver doesn't need punishment, it needs support. Because detox isn't about forcing toxins out, it's about helping the systems that already remove them. Your liver, kidneys, lymphatic system, and gut. And there are specific plants that increase bile flow, protect liver cells, bind heavy metals, reduce reabsorption, and improve elimination without crashing your system. Today, I'm breaking down 20 of them. No hype, no juice cleanse nonsense, just what actually works. Let's start with the plant everyone sprays with chemicals. 1. Dandelion, the bile flow activator. Most people see it and think weed. What they're looking at is a full-spectrum detox plant that works through multiple elimination channels simultaneously. Dandelion supports two primary systems: the liver, the kidneys. Start with the liver. Your liver performs what's called phase 1 and phase 2 detoxification. Phase 1 modifies toxins. Phase 2 binds them to molecules that make them water-soluble. But here's the step most people ignore. Those processed toxins must be packaged into bile. Bile is the transport vehicle. Without sufficient bile flow, toxins don't leave efficiently. They linger, they recirculate, they increase inflammatory burden. Dandelion root stimulates bile production and bile release, not through irritation, through bitter signaling. When bitter compounds hit receptors in your digestive tract, they trigger a reflex response that increases gastric acid, digestive enzymes, liver activity, bile secretion. This is an intelligent feedback loop built into human physiology. More bile means better fat digestion, more efficient hormone metabolite clearance, improved removal of cholesterol breakdown products, enhanced elimination of environmental fat-soluble toxins. Now the leaves. Dandelion leaf is a potassium-sparing diuretic. Most pharmaceutical diuretics increase urination but deplete electrolytes. Dandelion does the opposite. It increases urine output while supplying potassium and trace minerals. That means kidney filtration improves without creating mineral imbalance. You get coordinated detox support. Liver pushes waste into bile. Kidneys increase fluid clearance. Mineral balance remains intact. That synergy is rare. Traditional herbalists used dandelion in spring because winter diets were heavy and stagnant. Today, the stagnation comes from processed fats, endocrine-disrupting chemicals, medication residues, alcohol. The mechanism still applies. Young leaves support digestion. Root decoction supports deeper bile activation. Roasted root provides liver support without caffeine stress. It's not aggressive, it's foundational. 2. Milk thistle. The liver cell protector detox creates oxidative stress. That's unavoidable. Every time your liver processes toxins, it generates reactive oxygen species as byproducts. If antioxidant defenses are low, liver cells take damage. Milk thistle addresses this directly. Its active complex, silymarin, does three major things: increases intracellular glutathione levels, stabilizes liver cell membranes, reduces lipid peroxidation inside hepatocytes. Glutathione is the master detox molecule. It binds toxins during phase 2 detoxification and escorts them toward elimination. Low glutathione equals incomplete detox. Incomplete detox equals intermediate metabolites circulating longer than they should. That's where fatigue, headaches, and detox symptoms come from. Milk thistle strengthens the cell before detox load increases. It does not force elimination. It fortifies the machinery. And this is critical. A lot of people stimulate bile and elimination aggressively without protecting liver cells first. That's like revving an engine without oil. Milk thistle ensures detox pathways function efficiently, cells remain protected, regeneration can occur. Yes, regeneration. The liver can regrow damaged tissue, Milk thistle supports that regenerative capacity by stimulating protein synthesis within liver cells. This is why it has been studied in hospital settings for toxic liver injury. It's not flashy, it's protective infrastructure, taken consistently as seed extract. Best used before and during detox protocols. 3. Burdock root, the deep tissue. Mover detox is not only about what's in your bloodstream today, it's about what's stored in tissues. When elimination pathways are overwhelmed, the body stores waste temporarily. In fat tissue, in connective tissue, in extracellular fluid. Burdock supports movement from these storage zones. It works gradually across multiple systems. Liver bile flow, kidney elimination, lymphatic drainage, gut microbiome balance. But what makes burdock unique is inulin. Inulin is a prebiotic fiber that feeds beneficial bacteria. Here's why that matters. When bile carries toxins into the intestines, gut bacteria determine what happens next. Healthy microbiota break toxins down, prevent reabsorption, promote elimination. Unhealthy microbiota allow toxins to be reabsorbed, produce additional inflammatory byproducts. Burdock strengthens the microbial environment so detox waste leaves cleanly. It also supports uric acid elimination. Elevated uric acid contributes to joint discomfort and systemic inflammation. Burdock helps clear that metabolic waste gradually. Prepared traditionally as long-simmered decoction because the medicinal compounds require extended extraction. This is not a crash detox plant. It restores steady, long-term elimination flow, deep tissue, slow movement, sustainable clearing. 4. Nettle, the mineral infrastructure. Detox is energy intensive. Enzymes involved in detox pathways require magnesium, zinc, iron, copper, manganese. Without mineral cofactors, detox slows or becomes incomplete. Many people feel fatigued during detox because they stimulate elimination without replenishing minerals. Nettle fixes that. It is one of the most mineral-dense wild plants available. Beyond mineral density, nettle supports kidney filtration, reduces systemic inflammation, provides chlorophyll for cellular oxygen support, supplies silica for connective tissue health. It acts as both rebuilder and eliminator. That dual role makes it powerful. Unlike stimulant diuretics, nettle nourishes while increasing urine output. It improves kidney function gently. During detox, kidneys filter increased metabolic waste. Nettle ensures they are supported rather than depleted. Consumed daily as tea, powder, or cooked greens. It is a base herb. You can pair it with stronger detox plants safely. 5. Turmeric, the inflammation regulator. Detox pathways slow dramatically under chronic inflammation. Inflammatory cytokines interfere with liver enzyme efficiency. They impair bile flow. They reduce antioxidant production. Turmeric intervenes at the signaling level. Curcumin activates NRF2, a transcription factor that turns on cellular antioxidant defenses. That increases glutathione production, superoxide, dismutase, catalase. These protect detox organs from oxidative damage. Turmeric also enhances bile production, reduces inflammatory burden, supports gut barrier integrity. Inflammation makes detox inefficient. Turmeric lowers the noise so detox pathways run smoothly. It is not a purge herb, it is a regulatory herb. Works best with black pepper for absorption. Fat improves bioavailability. When inflammation drops, detox improves automatically. 6. Cilantro, the metal mobilizer. Cilantro does something very few common food plants can do. It helps mobilize heavy metals stored deep in tissues. Heavy metals are different from everyday toxins. They don't just pass through, they bind. Mercury, lead, cadmium, aluminum. These metals attach to proteins, enzymes, and cellular structures. Over time, they accumulate in fat tissue, connective tissue, and even the nervous system. Your body struggles to remove them because they don't dissolve easily. Cilantro contains natural chelating compounds that can loosen those metal bonds. Not flush them, loosen them. That's a critical distinction. Mobilization is step one, and step one is powerful. But it's also risky if done aggressively. Because once metals are mobilized, they enter circulation. If there's no structured elimination pathway ready, those metals can redistribute, sometimes into more sensitive tissues. That's why megadosing cilantro without support is a mistake. Used correctly, cilantro works slowly. Fresh leaves, moderate amounts, consistent intake, blended into smoothies, mixed into meals. Used as food, not medicine. This is steady mobilization, not shock therapy. Cilantro opens storage compartments, but it doesn't carry metals out. That requires something else. 7. Chlorella, the binder. If cilantro mobilizes, chlorella captures. Chlorella is a single-celled freshwater algae with a rigid outer cell wall structure that binds toxins inside the digestive tract. Here's why that matters. When your liver processes toxins, it sends them into bile. Bile empties into the intestines. From there, two things can happen. They leave in stool, or they get reabsorbed. That second process is called enterohepatic recirculation. It's one of the main reasons detox fails. The body dumps waste. The gut reabsorbs it. The cycle repeats. Chlorella interrupts that loop. Its cell wall acts like a biological sponge. It binds heavy metals, certain pesticides, some chemical residues. Once bound, those compounds are carried out through stool instead of being recycled. Chlorella doesn't stimulate the liver. It doesn't force bile. It simply prevents re-entry. That makes it critical during any heavy metal mobilization phase. Quality matters. Broken cell wall chlorella is more digestible and more effective. Start small. Because as binding increases, elimination shifts. Some people notice digestive changes at first. That's normal. Used properly, chlorella turns detox from chaotic movement into structured removal. Mobilize, bind, eliminate. Now, the exit has to stay open. 8. Psyllium husk, the mechanical eliminator. You can stimulate bile. You can bind metals. But if bowel movements are inconsistent, toxins linger. And lingering leads to reabsorption. Psyllium works differently from herbs. It doesn't alter enzymes. It doesn't stimulate organs. It changes mechanics. When psyllium husk mixes with water, it forms a thick gel. That gel increases stool bulk, improves intestinal transit time, binds bile acids, reduces toxin reabsorption. Think of it as structural support for elimination. More bulk signals the intestines to contract. Better contraction means more complete evacuation. During detox, bile flow increases. More bile means more waste entering the gut. Without adequate fiber, that waste sits. Sitting increases reabsorption risk. Psyllium prevents that, but hydration is critical. Without water, psyllium thickens without moving. Start with small amounts, increase gradually. Always drink water alongside it. This is not a cleanse tool. It's an exit stabilizer, and detox only works if the exit door stays open. 9. Red clover, the lymphatic flow supporter. Blood moves because the heart pumps it. Lymph moves because you move. Your lymphatic system doesn't have a central pump. It relies on muscle contraction, breathing, and circulation. When lymph slows, cellular waste accumulates, swelling increases, skin issues appear. Detox symptoms intensify. Red clover supports lymphatic flow gently. It also supports liver detox pathways, circulatory efficiency, anti-inflammatory signaling. Traditional herbalists used red clover for chronic skin conditions. Why? Because the skin often becomes a secondary elimination route when lymph and liver are overloaded. Red clover doesn't force lymph movement. It tones. It improves flow gradually. and that's important. Aggressive lymph stimulation can trigger headaches, fatigue, and what people call detox crashes. Red clover is slow and steady, prepared as tea from dried blossoms, used consistently over weeks. It doesn't create drama, it creates drainage. 10. Schisandra, the nighttime liver optimizer. Detoxification follows circadian rhythms. Your liver increases detox activity during the early morning hours, roughly between 1 a.m. and 3 a.m. That's when metabolic processing peaks. Schisandra supports this phase. It doesn't dramatically increase bile flow. It enhances liver enzyme efficiency. Specifically, it supports phase 1 and phase 2 detox enzyme activity, while protecting liver cells from oxidative stress. Schisandra is classified as an adaptogen. Adaptogens don't stimulate or suppress, they regulate. During detox, the liver works harder. That increases oxidative stress and cellular strain. Schisandra strengthens cellular resilience. It increases antioxidant defense, improves enzyme balance, reduces toxic stress damage. Traditionally taken in the evening, it supports overnight repair. Many people report clearer thinking, better morning energy, improved recovery, not because it stimulates, because overnight waste processing improves. And when the liver processes more efficiently at night, you wake up lighter. Up to this point, we've addressed bile activation, liver protection, heavy metal mobilization, toxin binding, mechanical elimination, lymphatic flow, overnight enzyme support. That's movement, but detox isn't only about movement, it's also about repair. Because if your gut lining is inflamed, your kidneys are irritated, your liver cells are oxidatively stressed, detox becomes inefficient. You can stimulate elimination all you want, but if the tissues handling waste are damaged, results stall. The next group of plants doesn't just remove toxins, they improve the internal environment detox depends on. And that's where most people get this wrong. They push elimination, but they never rebuild the system doing the work. Now we fix that. 11. Marshmallow root, the gut lining protector. Most toxins leave through the intestines, but here's the hidden problem. If your gut lining is inflamed, irritated, or permeable, toxins don't leave cleanly, they leak back. This is especially relevant during detox. When the liver increases bile output, it sends processed toxins into the small intestine. That process is efficient, but it can also irritate tissue. If the intestinal barrier is compromised, some of those compounds cross back into circulation before elimination. That slows detox, and it increases symptoms. Marshmallow root changes that. When soaked in cold water, it releases mucilage, a thick, slippery polysaccharide gel. That gel coats the digestive tract, not aggressively, not chemically, physically. It forms a soothing barrier across the intestinal lining. That does 3 critical things: reduces irritation during bile release, supports repair of damaged epithelial tissue, decreases toxin reabsorption. Mucilage also slows excessive inflammation in the gut wall. When inflammation drops, barrier integrity improves, and when the barrier improves, detox becomes cleaner. Marshmallow root does not stimulate elimination. It protects the pathway, prepared as cold infusion because heat destroys some of the mucilage compounds. Steeped overnight, strained, drunk slowly. It is quiet, but essential, because detox without gut integrity is incomplete. 12. Yellow Dock, the oxygen and bile optimizer. Yellow Dock sits at the crossroads of liver function and mineral metabolism. It mildly stimulates bile production, similar to dandelion, but its deeper value is metabolic optimization. Detox enzymes require oxygen. Oxygen delivery depends on healthy red blood cells. Red blood cells depend on iron metabolism. Yellow Dock supports iron absorption and proper utilization, especially in people with borderline low iron or sluggish metabolism. Why does this matter? Because oxygen-dependent detox enzymes cannot function efficiently in low-oxygen cellular environments. Poor oxygenation equals slower detox chemistry. Yellow dock also contains mild anthraquinones that gently stimulate digestion and bowel movement, without harsh laxative shock when used properly. It improves bile secretion, digestive efficiency, iron utilization, metabolic clearance. Traditional herbalists used it for what they called sluggish blood. Modern interpretation: suboptimal circulation and metabolic waste stagnation. Yellow dock does not purge, it optimizes, it improves the metabolic conditions detox depends on. 13. Cleavers, the direct lymphatic tonic. Red clover supports lymph gently, cleavers target it directly. Your lymphatic system is your cellular drainage network. Every cell produces waste. That waste enters lymph fluid. That fluid must move, but lymph doesn't pump itself. It relies on movement, breathing, muscle contraction. When lymph stagnates, swelling increases, toxins accumulate in tissues, skin eruptions appear, fatigue rises. Cleavers tone the lymphatic vessels. They encourage steady flow without overstimulation. Fresh cleavers are traditionally considered most potent, juiced or blended, while green and vibrant. Dried tea works too, but fresh has stronger lymph-moving action. Cleavers are especially helpful during seasonal transitions when lymphatic congestion increases after inactivity. They don't shock the system, they restore drainage. And drainage determines detox efficiency, because if lymph backs up, cellular waste stays trapped. 14. Ginger, the circulation accelerator. Detox depends on delivery. If blood flow is weak, toxins move slowly. If circulation is poor, elimination organs receive less throughput. Ginger increases circulation. It dilates peripheral blood vessels. It enhances gastric motility. It increases digestive enzyme secretion. That improves breakdown of food and reduces fermentation. Fermentation creates ammonia, aldehydes, inflammatory byproducts. Those compounds add to detox burden. Ginger reduces that load at the source. It also increases mild sweating, adding a small but meaningful elimination pathway through the skin. Additionally, ginger contains antioxidant compounds that reduce oxidative stress during detox activity. Fresh root is most potent, sliced and simmered, or grated raw. It is not a liver stimulant, it is a movement catalyst. Detox requires movement. Ginger ensures nothing stays stagnant. 15. Artichoke leaf, the high-efficiency bile enhancer. Artichoke leaf increases bile production, sometimes more strongly than dandelion, but it also improves bile quality. That distinction matters. The liver packages fat-soluble toxins into bile. If bile flow is weak or thick, toxins move slowly. If bile quality is poor, fat digestion suffers and metabolic waste accumulates. Artichoke improves bile volume, bile composition, fat digestion efficiency, liver enzyme balance. It supports cholesterol metabolism, helping prevent buildup of oxidized lipid fragments that increase inflammation. Used traditionally for digestive stagnation and fatty liver patterns, often paired with milk thistle. Milk thistle protects. Artichoke stimulates flow. Taken as tea or extract, strong, but not reckless. Detox isn't just about removing outside toxins. Your body generates internal waste every single day. Hormone metabolites, oxidized fats, uric acid, nitrogen waste, cholesterol breakdown products. If these aren't processed efficiently, they accumulate. Inflammation increases, energy drops, skin dulls, cognition slows, and that accumulation happens even if you live perfectly clean. That's normal metabolism, which brings us to the final phase. We've supported bile, liver protection, lymph, circulation, gut integrity, heavy metal binding. Now we improve filtration quality and cellular resilience. Because detox without cellular strength leads to burnout. The next plants don't push harder. They strengthen the system doing the work. And that's what keeps detox sustainable. 16. Parsley, the kidney filtration enhancer. Parsley is underestimated. It's not just garnish. It increases kidney filtration rate and supports urinary elimination without depleting potassium excessively. Your kidneys filter your entire blood supply repeatedly every day. Anything water-soluble passes through them, but when filtration slows, fluid retention increases, waste accumulates, blood pressure rises, cellular stress builds. Parsley contains compounds that gently increase urine output while supporting electrolyte balance. It also contains chlorophyll and antioxidants that reduce oxidative stress in kidney tissue. Used fresh, not dried, it works best. Chopped into meals, blended into green juices, steeped lightly as infusion. It's not harsh, but during detox, kidney flow must be optimal. Parsley keeps that system moving. 17. Corn silk, the urinary tract, soother. Corn silk sounds unimpressive, but it's one of the most effective kidney-soothing herbs in traditional practice. Those silky threads inside corn husks contain compounds that reduce irritation in the urinary tract while increasing elimination gently. When detox increases urine output, irritation can follow. Corn silk reduces that. It supports kidney filtration, bladder health, fluid balance, urinary tract comfort. Prepared as tea from fresh or dried silk. It's mild, but in long-term detox protocols, mild and consistent wins. You don't want kidney strain, you want smooth elimination. 18. Holy basil, the stress regulator. Detox increases physiological stress. Even when done properly, your liver works harder, your immune system responds, your hormones shift slightly. Holy basil reduces cortisol and stabilizes stress response pathways. Why does that matter? Because chronic stress impairs detox enzyme function. When cortisol is elevated long-term, liver detox slows, gut permeability increases, inflammation rises. Holy basil balances that. It's an adaptogen. It doesn't stimulate elimination directly. It stabilizes the internal stress environment so detox systems can function properly. Tea form is traditional, used daily in Ayurvedic practice. Calming, but not sedating. Detox works best when the nervous system isn't overloaded. 19. Garlic, the sulfur donor. Sulfur is required for detox, specifically for phase 2 liver detox pathways. Garlic contains sulfur compounds that increase glutathione production and support liver enzyme systems. Glutathione binds toxins and makes them water-soluble. Without adequate sulfur intake, detox slows. Garlic, also, reduces heavy metal accumulation, supports immune defense, lowers inflammation, improves circulation. Crushed raw garlic activates allicin, the most potent compound. Lightly cooked maintains benefits. It's not a detox tea. It's metabolic fuel for detox chemistry. Simple food. Deep impact. 20. Beetroot, the blood flow and bile supporter. Beetroot supports detox through nitric oxide production and improved circulation. Better blood flow equals more efficient delivery of toxins to elimination organs. Beets also contain betaine, which supports methylation, a critical liver detox pathway. Methylation helps process hormone metabolites, environmental toxins, certain medications. Poor methylation slows detox dramatically. Beetroot enhances liver processing efficiency, blood flow to detox organs, antioxidant protection. Consumed raw, roasted, or juiced also supports athletic performance through improved oxygen delivery. Better circulation equals better detox throughput. Here's the truth. Your body already knows how to detox. It has since the day you were born. The liver processes, the kidneys filter, the lymph drains, the gut eliminates. These plants don't replace that. They support it. They increase bile flow. They protect liver cells. They bind heavy metals. They improve elimination so toxins don't recirculate. They reduce inflammation so detox pathways can run properly. Detox isn't dramatic. It's not starving yourself for 3 days. It's not a magic juice. It's consistent support for systems that are working every second. And when you support those systems properly, you don't feel cleansed. You feel clear. more stable energy, better digestion, less inflammation, better skin, better sleep. Because your body isn't fighting backlog. Start simple. Don't throw all 20 at yourself at once. Support bile flow, support elimination, protect the liver, move lymph, build from there. If this helped you understand detox the right way, not the marketing version, hit like so more people see it. Subscribe if you want more deep plant breakdowns like this, and drop a comment telling me which plant surprised you most. See you in the next one.